Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is F1 2018. It's the Manager Challenge mode, and I'm into week 49 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. It's race number 3 of Season 2 right now, as we push on through. We have a new upgrade to the car, weight redistribution on the rear floor under tray.
I've been in touch with some contacts at Williams, and they think your attitude and results might be a good fit for their team.
That gives us a
We can
total
talk to them
of
at our
12
next contact
upgrades
review if you're
completed.
interested. Let's see what kind of offer they can put on the table.
And with 3 straight weeks of upgrades, we have now distanced ourselves from Williams a bit, and we are getting ever closer to that midfield bunch, though Toro Rosso did make some upgrades of their own to keep them a little bit above us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tree and see what, if anything, can be done here. It would cost $560 for another weight reduction or redistribution. Aero department. Front wing gurney flap. That's going to help with turning. That might actually be a good one to get. That's rear wing. That's going to help with the straight line. But as low as we are, I think we're going to go with this one. And staying on the power side of things, what can be done here? We do have a negative morale, it looks like, right now. Alright, so a couple upgrades coming, one aero, one chassis. Both trying to make some progress on the powertrain that we lag behind on. Oh, we have good morale on the powertrain right now. Too late. As per series rules, I get 3 flying laps in all of practice. That's it. It makes it hard to get very much in R&D points. One shot qualifying, so one lap only. And then we go right on to simulating the race and getting those results. So it's down to the AI to put the performance in on the car.
What are you going to be looking out for once the cars get out there on the circuit today?
Well, naturally, in any free practice session, you can never be sure exactly what programs the teams are running, how much fuel they've put in, and so on. So it's important to resist the temptation to draw any firm conclusions from the fastest times on the monitor.
Okay then, we've fitted some new parts for this session. Hopefully they'll help you squeeze a bit more pace from the car.
Alright, so track acclimatization might be a good one to start with. I have been kind of mixing it up of late, but we'll go with the track acclimatization this time. Straight into the flying lap. And I haven't been here in a while, career mode or otherwise. It looks like it's a bit hazy today here. In my career mode, I'm a bit further behind where we're at now with this series. This series has caught up and passed. Oof, a bit late there. Oh. Okay, it's coming back to me. DRS test, at least I get some R&D points for that. It's a difficult turn to start on. Good so far. Not a great lap so far, but good enough. When I haven't been here in as long as it's been, and I'm going straight into this. And I haven't driven this car in a while either. I record my episodes in bunches, and this is the first of the latest bunch. Oh, am I going to get there? Yes. Ooh, I was almost red. Okay, we should be on our way to green here. Whether we're going to get more than that, though, is a bit iffy. It's going to take purple most of the rest of the way. Yeah, I think far too many greens here. Nope, nope, gonna miss it again. And that's gonna make green for us. But at least we're getting green. So no mistake on that end. Yeah, we were 70 points short, so even if we had gotten that one, I still would have come up short. So I was headed to green either way. So I don't mind that I missed the apex there on that final turn, which a lot of people do anyway, by the way. It's pretty common for turn 14 to people be a little late on the apex on that one, just because trying to maximize the long straightaway there. And that left-hander on 16 comes up so soon afterwards, which I don't even know why 15 is considered a corner, by the way. But it comes up so soon after that you want to maximize the straight line speed.
Changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display.
Alright, so we're going to do the ERS program here. Self-setup. Alright, there it is. Again, I need to brake a little bit sooner there this time and our next fly-in lap. Alright, good so far. Picked up about 1/3 of a second there. And the ERS will gain here over time, being that I'm running on low. Another difficult corner here. Did not hit that one the best, but I'm 4/10 up, so time's looking pretty good. I should be, at least right now, on my way towards purple. This is not a clean lap by any means. That was a bit better, that sequence. Much better exit out of there this time. And so we are just into purple. We're 1.4 seconds up. I'm going to go ahead and drop down to low. That's going to cement that. Okay, even with earlier braking, that was still pretty close on the apex, but that was much better through there. We're 1.8 seconds up. And we're good for this lap. There's purple. Alright. That's going to be some good R&D points. 1 to go. My choices, fuel or qualifying lap. If we were 1.8 up on that time, even with low ERS, I think qualifying pace, I've got plenty of it. So we should be able to get the,
So far, our
let's see,
fastest lap is a
70 points.
38.2.
70 points, that'll be handy. That'll be nice. Alright, and here we go. Don't mess it up, huh? That was much better that time. hair slow to start, but got a pretty good grip on this corner sequence here. Where, yes, half a second up. Just through that long sequence. In fact, 7/10 up by the time we come out of it. So, looking real good on the lap time now after that. This is turning out to be a much better lap after spending the last couple laps kind of remembering the track. And I'm almost 2 seconds up here. And the lap's not done yet, so as long as I don't mess anything up. Should be on my way, and there's the mess up. There's the mess up, and we crash. I caught the inside curb, What a waste. That was 70 points, and I was so easily there. Oh, what a waste. That was all my bad. 100%. Team's going to be upset by that, too. So not only do I throw 70 points away, but I was on the edge with that new contract where the team was not happy. I mean, that's 6th place. And this was going to be the faster lap, too, by far. I mean, I was at least a half second up, if not more, on the second lap time. At least we stayed neutral with the team.
I'm glad you're not hurt, but that's a lot of damage for us to...
Yeah, sorry. You got a whole day to get it fixed. Damn it, what a waste. Wondering if I should start shifting my goals to the medium goals, because a lot of the medium goals are qualify here or finish here, but not score points. I don't see how score points keeps coming up with the team that's at the back of the grid. I mean, we're now 9th best, right? Alright, well, we get what we get, so we're going to go to track. And here we go. 1 lap to rule them all. 1 lap to bind them. So far, so good. There's no ghost ahead of me right now. There's the ghost. Ghost of a Ferrari. Oof. Not good there. Finally allowed a little bit of space to open up as Raikkonen pulls out from me a little ways. Closing back down here. I got a bit away on that exit though, so I lost a little more ground there. This is definitely not the last lap. However, by the last lap, what I don't want it to be either is hitting that curb. No curb this time. So I get the exit I needed. I can't be far behind Raikkonen right now. P8 at the moment. I just noticed that there's live timings with this. Not the best exit, but I actually still gained a spot. P7. Best of the rest.
Nice job.
Yes, P7. Alright. I never noticed that you get the live timings in that top left where it adjusts your position accordingly. Oh wow, Ocon and I exact same time, but they've got me coming in first.
It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
Well, it's not a top 5, but it's an excellent starting position. I just wish it would translate into something more in the race itself.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. What was the secret of your qualifying pace?
They'd introduced regulations. No secrets, just car. Yeah, there we go. Durability.
Have you
that
learned a
didn't help
lot
me
from
much.
your battle with your rival?
We know we need to focus on improving the predictability of the aerodynamics.
Appreciate your time.
That might come off as a negative. Hopefully it doesn't, but it probably will. Alright, so a blown practice session is followed by a good qualifying session that could have been more. It was best of the rest. But there we go. There's another rivalry lost. And I'm 3 points behind Brendan Hartley. £100 though there on the qualifying, so that's big. 150 overall, back up to 562, but here goes the team. Oh, it's positive. Okay, it's positive for now. I thought with the lost rivalry that
I think we can
things
call
might
that a
change on me.
successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
I would say we should have a good chance in the race, but then the AI takes over and I simulate the session, and you bump me to the back of the grid every time. I haven't had a finish higher than 16th yet.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
And I'm
It's
not
a
going to
good
have anything
result
higher
for
than
Sebastian
15th at this
Vettel,
point,
who
at
moves
least a lap
further
down.
ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Kevin Magnussen. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Still no points for the team. Ferrari leads the constructors with Red Bull now above Mercedes for second, so a little surprising there. Hamilton in P4 in the Drivers' Championship right now with Vettel leading the way. It's very, very early in the season though. Back to the race results. Vettel takes the win with Ricciardo and Raikkonen on the podium with him. Verstappen takes fourth. Bottas and Hamilton last of the best. Fernando Alonso takes best of the rest in P7, something he's only managed to do about once all season. Leclerc takes 15th, and I finish all the way back at 18th behind everybody except the two Williams cars. And it seems like I can never outperform the car. I'll always do just as much as the car is given, so my AI is quite weak, even though I've pushed on. Oh, now I get the rivalry loss, so this could hurt. This could hurt. And I don't pick up a team bonus either, at least not yet. 599 points is gonna hurt. Oh, we get a boost, Actually, a healthy boost. Okay, excellent. And we push a little closer towards the veteran. I keep thinking that respect level for veteran would be the difference on my AI performance, but it doesn't seem to be. They just treat me as the weakest AI driver out there.
We've
At least
received
that's what I've seen.
invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
Before we move on, actually, let's check that R&D tree. We've already got a couple upgrades coming. I don't have anything in the powertrain department, and we could maybe take a boost there. Bearings 588, that's the ERS. General engine power here in the ignition system, and fuel consumption. That's an upgrade I could certainly use, especially in the practice programs, as we are really bad on fuel consumption, and so I haven't really been able to run that program. But base power, that'll make the car more competitive. We're going to try for that with the discount. That's 3 potential upgrades coming, but that's all my points. I have just 11 remaining, so this could be a really big week for us if I can get at least 2 out of those 3 to go through. So we move on to the next race weekend. This is a better track for me, a much better track for me. It's not an easy track, but it's a track that I've historically done well on. But I think last year I crashed during qualifying.
I know we were expecting some new developments this weekend,
Uh-oh.
but some of them have failed quality control. Make sure you indicate what you'd like redeveloped via
It
the
wasn't
workstation.
all. So was it 1 or 2? Was it 1 or 2? Oh, 2 failed. Okay, so we've got the drag reduction only. The engine power and weight reduction both failed. Ah, that's why you take care of your departments. But my car is so weak. The only way for me to keep this playthrough alive is to continuously improve the car, so I haven't been able to improve the departments. In my career mode, if you've seen it, I've gone department first across the board because I can handle the racing not greatly, but well enough, while here the AI doesn't. And it's constantly
I've been in touch
letting
with
me
some
down.
contacts at Williams,
And
and
I've
they think
constantly
your
let
attitude
myself
and
down,
results might be a
really,
good
to
fit
some
for their
extent.
team. We can talk to them at our next.
Alright, well, we need to get into Azerbaijan now. Baku.
Welcome to the Baku City Circuit, where free practice for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is about to get underway. This is a...
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Alright. Now, here's the trick. Qualifying pace and ERS management are definitely among what I want to do, but do I want to do track acclimatization or try the fuel management? There are a couple turns here that can be tricky on this track acclimatization, but we'll give it a shot. Nice sunny day, at least it's dry for me. There's the hardest turn on the track right here. I let off the gas ever so lightly to make it easy to get through there, and that seemed to have helped my situation. It's looking a little grainy all of a sudden here. If there's ever a track that I could get purple on this program, it's this one. Let's see if I don't screw it up, huh? Curb wasn't very forgiving there. Little oversteer. Ooh. Oh, oversteer coming out of that corner massively. That could cost me purple. .530, 560. I don't think that's enough for purple, is it?
Good work. You
20
seem to have
points
a
short.
solid handle on the lap. Let's
20
try and
points short.
perfect each turn. Remember that change.
So frustrating. I had it. Just one little snap of oversteer, and it turns the program from purple to green. All that momentum was broken, had to be regained. Look at that. It's almost all purple, and one little red there at 12. 50 points it cost me. Now hopefully we can minimize it with our 2 additional laps. We'll do ERS. I think I've got plenty of pace, so I should be able to complete this lap and get purple. Maybe we can minimize that to 30 points lost instead of 50. Picking up the extra points here. Ready for the lap, and we get started. Already well into green, half a second up on the time as well. So really, I just need to keep this thing in one piece and not wreck, and I should gain purple. One little snap of oversteer might cost me a couple tenths, but I've got plenty in hand, as we're well over a second ahead already on the pace. Oh! Well, there's the one place that I could potentially mess it up.
That's a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
I've never hit that wall. And I thought I was clear. I mean, I was really close to it. Wow. What's going on with me today, huh? It's like I want to fail.
An interesting practice
At least that's what
session
somebody's
there,
starting to
then.
think,
Let's remind
right?
ourselves of the top 3.
Yikes. So, that's another lap totally messed up on my part. That's going to hurt the team, yeah. And I only get one more lap.
Nasty incident.
That was a nasty incident. Gosh, I was just flying on that lap, and I was doing just fine, and I've never hit the wall there. Ever. I mean, I know that it's there. I know that it's ready to jump out at you. I think I might have brushed it with the rear tire once, but I've never DNF'd off that corner. And now that's a lot more again. Well, as I know I can hit purple on here, no problem. I'll go ahead and do ERS again. I probably should have done qualifying though, as it might have come with an extra 10 points or so in the team objectives. And I certainly had plenty of pace for that one as well. Well, here we go, our last lap. And I'm now well short on points. This is turning into a disaster of a race weekend. Only one upgrade of 3 goes through. And then I crash out. I spun out in China. Three-quarters of a second up. I actually forgot to turn down the ERS there at the beginning of the lap. We've still got some work to do to get that up into purple. In terms of pace, I've already got the pace, 1.2 ahead. Okay, here we go again. There was the oversteer from the first lap, so all of those crises have been averted. And we've nearly hit purple now, and we're a second and a half to the good. We're well into the purple. We're well into the green. So I'll get the points here. Just a real shame that I've messed it up twice in 2 race weekends unnecessarily. In laps that I was absolutely flying on, to have sudden problems out of nowhere like that I couldn't correct, couldn't catch, didn't notice that I was doing them. Okay, so 140 points.
Is a
Not the worst total I've ever had.
144.6.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top 3
8th
again
on
are
Super Softs.
Bottas, Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel. That concludes an interesting practice session.
Could be in for a top 5 on this one. Awesome thing was Leclerc was up there too. And in real life, Leclerc had a great race here. I don't remember what his final position was, maybe P6? That's where he really got noticed. And after this race, everybody was talking about whether he was ready to replace Raikkonen. And sure enough, next year he will replace Raikkonen. Team rep goes down, even though I put in a really solid time, but because I only completed the 1, we get what we get. Let's see. 1 race left to score 2 points, and it's not looking likely. Even if I qualify on pole here, it's still not looking likely. Car does what it does, and if I'm 9th best car, I'm likely to be 17th or 18th.
Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway.
Oh, Castle.
When it comes to
Got a
getting
little
lap
too
time
close.
out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximizing top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive.
Alright. Let's do it. Here we go. Just a little late on the braking there. Had to get off it a little more, which is costing me a little bit. I'm P2 right now behind Hamilton. Still P2 for now. Back up to P1 through that chicane. Chance for pole. Not a good sequence, and I probably should have been in 2nd gear through there. And there's the ghost. The ghost of Lewis Hamilton. 5 championships, richer. Ooh. Started to get some oversteer. I let off the gas just a little bit. That could have cost me. What does it cost me? I'm down to P9, just like that. P10. So, 1 rough corner was all it took to go from 2nd to 10th. Back up to 6th, though. Ninth. Can I improve? P9. P9's not going to be enough.
Good work.
Yeah, P9. That's not going to be enough. Definitely not going to have some sort of top finish after that. Still good qualified session. One little mistake. I at least out-qualified my teammate for a change. Charles Leclerc is in P10.
The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow.
Great qualifying from Perez there in 3rd.
Then, it's goodbye.
Ocon also in 7th. Ricardo all the way down in 8th. So it's the Force Indias that are ahead of me, along with the big 3 teams. Pierre Gasly, also good qualifying from him. And we do have a little bit more power, so maybe, just maybe, the simulation this time could have a race result a little bit higher. I mean, this is definitely the kind of track where power pays off. £150, nice pickup there. Nice boost to the team. That solid qualifying performance.
All right. I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Let's fix up one of these upgrades at least. They're both gonna cost me. I might be able to get both. Let's see. No, 300. In Spain. Yeah, okay. It's gonna take 280, so we need a 150. Alright, so what's it gonna be? AI, what could you do for me this time?
So then,
gonna
it's
be
time
better.
to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
On to the constructors then. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
Alright, so Mercedes moves back up into second place in the constructors, and the drivers Hamilton jumps to second place himself after picking up the race win with his teammate in second, Vettel and Raikkonen next up with Ricciardo and Verstappen. So you've got big three teams kind of in that normal order, and Force India, who often has been best of the rest, though Renault has been a real challenger for that, finished 7 and 8. My teammate Charles Leclerc does get into the points here with a 9th place finish. Good for him, but bad for me in that I start in P8 and I still end up a lap down in P17. No matter what I do, the car is always in the back. I do at least finish ahead of Stroll, Sorokin, and Van Dorn, and it will help my team evaluation, but it's still saddening considering that my teammate was able to stay right up there, right up the grid, while I just drop off, even though he and I were both there. And it drops me further behind Hartley, as he did finish above me. Puts Leclerc back ahead by 1 point. He's won all 4 rivalries so far, and I've already lost to Hartley as well, so I'm not getting anywhere with either of these guys, largely due to those race performances. My qualifying has been good. Failed there. That's going to drop us right back down into the low team reputation. Williams loves us, but it's Sauber that I need to improve upon, and it's time for a new contract. Not helpful. But my value is a bit higher than it is right now, so that's something.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms.
Okay, let's see if we can get a level 3 bonus here, so that does up our value. The 1919 is the lowest I can go for. I've got to do something to start picking up the team reputation, and that will help with that. Staying second driver helps get me a better contract. But the team goal. Oh, it's more affected. That's not a good thing. Okay, well, let's see what we get for this.
They didn't like
Nope,
those terms.
not quite.
Let's try again.
Go with the easier goal.
We're asking for too much here.
Oh, that didn't
We
even
need to make some
change.
compromises.
Okay, back down to level 2. Right where we were.
Our
Way down
proposal
there.
has been accepted. The new contract will take effect from the next race weekend.
Alright, well, that's all the time I have for this episode, so I'm going to have to go ahead and call it there. Car is improving, and Leclerc has made use of it. We are pretty close right now to the Toro Rosso, the McLaren, and the Haas. Force India is a little bit out of our reach, and the Renault definitely is right now. But we have put a little distance between us and the Williams, and with a contract that says 1919, I hopefully should be able to consistently get some 18s and above. And maybe, just maybe, I'll finally start to see a boost with the team reputation. That could be a turning point where I could do a little bit more. But I've got to start doing better with these practice sessions. Too many mistakes, minor mistakes, having major implications. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.